Hello, my friends. Well, it is planting day here in my garden here in Zone 6A in Colorado. I couldn't be more excited. I've been hardening off my plants for the last couple of days from the grow room, and it is time to get them into the dirt. So what do you say? Let's grow. Welcome back to the Grow You Girl channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Sherry and I welcome you into my garden. We are here in my garden today getting ready to plant. A couple of things I'm planting right here, and I'm going to take you around as I go today. I want to remind you to please remember to subscribe and to let me know what you're planting right now. I would love to know it around the country. But mostly today I will be planting tomatoes, peppers, but I do have some flowers. I have these geraniums, salmon geraniums that I actually got to grow because I don't have a lot of luck with flowers as much as I do with tomatoes and peppers. But these guys grew enough to do these pots right here by our fountain. So I'm excited to do that. So I will get to it with that. I have some Mexican sunflowers I'll do next, and then we'll move on to, and some Statice as well. And I think that's it right here for the flowers. Oh, and one little thing I picked up from the store. While I try to save money, that's why I grow from seed. Every once in a while, I'll walk into the grocery store and there's something out front that just gets me. And there's something I'll share with you here in a few about that. But for now, let's get these guys potted and ready to go. Let's do it. Okay, well, I thought I was filming doing this, but you know, sometimes when you don't hit the record button, it just doesn't happen, but that's fine. There's plenty more ahead. What I wanted to share with you is one of the things that I love the most about gardening is you have one plan in mind, but then as you get into the garden, everything changes. And I remembered I had this pot right here, which I put some of my Statice in that I grew from seed. Let me get a little closer on that. So I've got Statice, and I have I'll put a picture up here of Statice, but it's something that I have a fondness for because I think it's growing up in Southern California, and there's so much Statice by the ocean. It's a natural, flower that grows by the ocean, and so I thought I would put some in this pot because I remembered we had irrigation to all these pots last summer when we first got this lovely little fountain. So I put that in. Here's the two pots I've planted up, and then I brought this from the other part of the yard to come in here because there's irrigation for it. And this is I can never say this word. Anemones are in here. They're having a little bit of a hard time. They got hit with the aphid attack. I think we've gotten them all, but they're recovering. And then in between them, I have planted zinnia seeds, which I'm delighted to have come up. And that is another thing too, when you're planting, put seeds in your pots along with other flowers and you'll get much more of that going on. And then I had another pot in the house that I had grown from seed, another celosia, so I've got that growing in with that. So look at these guys, they look happy. I also wanted to share with you a find that I've seen this for several years now. This, what is it called? Back to Roots. We get it here, Back to Roots. It's a potting mix. I don't know if you have it or in your part of the world, but it seems very clean. I'm testing it out. No affiliate with them at all, but it was a really good price. This was like $8.99 a bag where did I get this at? I got it at home because I was getting a few other pots. And $8.99 a bag compared to the $40 a bag I was paying for the other clean soil that I was using. So, I just wanted to throw that your way. And with that, we are going to head over here to our Mexican sunflowers and get these babies in the ground. tomatoes are all planted. We did have a little mishap. I had 2 in one pot and I tried to separate them, and I don't think this one's very happy with me. I've got it staked up and we'll see if it survives or not. The other one I put in a pot up closer to the house. We'll see how that one does. And if that one does good, I might replace this one. We'll see. Just to keep it in sequence, you know. But I had Ed come out and make sure I was, he handles pretty much all the irrigation. I'm very blessed in that way. And make sure that, so he's going to put some new sprinkler heads on this just to get everything. I have this chocolate flower here. That's really the only one that remained. All right, so that's it. And now we are off to do the peppers, and then we will be doing the tomatoes after that. Oh, and my other surprise lavender bed too. We continue to plant, and normally it's been getting kind of windy here today, this afternoon, and normally it's best to do planting early in the morning when it's cooler, because it's gotten to be about 80 degrees today. Imagine we were at 26 degrees just a few days ago. Crazy. But the forecast is good. So the only reason I'm planting, I've got 2 types of peppers that I'm planting. One is Serrano and one is the Anaheim, the New Mex Anaheims. Ed likes the Serranos. They're more spicy. We've got some jalapenos and a couple other kinds that are still in the grow room. They just have taken their time in growing, but this is what we're putting in for right now. Ed makes a great green chili, which I will put a link to. We did something on it in the fall. And so one of the reasons that the Serranos are so good, and the Anaheims, they're just my favorite because they're a milder pepper. And I love the flavor of it without the spice of it, if you know what I'm saying. So this bed is all ready to go. It's already got the irrigation. We used it last year. I just got to get in here, clean up some weeds, and we will have our peppers ready to roll. Okay, that was while these are fairly easy to get in, there was some nasty weeds in this bed. I'm just going to water this in. We're going to turn on the sprinkler system here in a little bit, but I always like to water them in, especially when it's this warm out. But I've left a couple of holes for the other peppers. Hopefully a poblano comes to life, and a jalapeno, because again, Ed likes it spicy. And then I'll put them in the back, and then I'm also going to put in the back, I've got this flower. I'm not sure what it is that is coming up, but I'm also going to do some, probably some black-eyed Susan vines that I'm going to do up on the back of this. So I've left some sprinklers for that, irrigation for that. All right, with that, let's head to the tomatoes. The first 2 tomato plants to go in are here in my zinnia bed, which I just got all the seeds into that for yesterday, quite a variety. We'll talk about that in the weeks to come, what's popping up there. But here are 2 cherry tomatoes. They are the, what are they called? A bumblebee. The bumblebee cherry tomatoes. I love cherry tomatoes. I love making so many things out of them over the summer months. Of course, salads and simple things, but there's a lot of other things you can do with cherry tomatoes. And so here they are, and I have them here where they will grow up on this. It's my love trellis, yeah. So these are going in the ground now. Something I want to share here that's really important when planting tomatoes is to plant them as deep as you possibly can. So where it comes up to the very first leaf, and even if you have leaves, leaves, I can't talk much more today. It's been a day. Leaves that are lower, like this little guy down here, I'm going to go ahead and snip him off. And you can even bend it if it's too, I've done it sideways, made the stem go sideways, carefully, of course, you don't want to break it. But then if you have it that deep, and then put your dirt, try to do this and hold the camera at the same time, the dirt on top of it. I could have even gone deeper on this, all the way up to here. but I did not. The next one I'll do better. But you get my point, is that you really want to have it as deep as you possibly can. And it just makes for a better producing tomato. All right, there we go. 2 tomato plants down and only about 16 more to go. This is our main tomato bed. I say that why? Because it is. And we'll be putting not only tomatoes, but basil in here, some flowers, because I find that they just pollinate it all so much more. But right now we're going to start off with tomatoes. And interestingly enough, last year I had the tomatoes back there in the back bed where the zinnias are, and the zinnias used to be. But I found I really missed having my zinnias back there. I couldn't have as many, and they seem to just be all over the place, and I like having them in one bed. It's just something I like, right? We all have our little likes that we have in the garden. So we had we tried it out with the trellis. We had a big trellis back there, and I didn't even like the look of that. I like to have it more evened out uh, for whatever reason. That's what I like. So Ed set to cutting up the trellis to make these smaller cages for the tomato plants. We have a few other ones from years gone by that we're going to use in the back. But we've got, what, eight that we're going to put in here, maybe 9. I'm trying to talk them into 9 because I have so many. I don't know if you can see over here. Those are all the other tomato plants I have. And then we also have over here and I'll show you, I'm not going to make you watch me do all of this, but uh, here's where the other tomatoes will go, and I'm putting 2 per barrel over here. So we've got some carrots coming up in here. So that's what's happening, and I have friends stopping by to pick up tomatoes, and in the meantime, I'm going to plant what I can and get this going. I know Ed is nervous about that I won't be able to do all this today, but let me prove him wrong. All right, here I go, and I'll show you everything when I'm done. So what a difference a day makes. Oh, yesterday afternoon, while I was planting, was planning on showing you more of what was going on. However, we got 50-mile-an-hour winds that seemed to come out of nowhere. So quickly, we finished up out here in the garden. So all the tomatoes are planted. I need to put some seeds in today. I'm also going to do some sweet potato slips. I didn't mention that in the beginning, but I've never grown sweet potatoes before, so I'm going to show you that. And then I have one more thing that I want to show you that I mentioned at the beginning, a little gift I bought for myself. It is Mother's Day, which Mother's Day has always been throughout the years. I've been a mom for 36 years now, and I have just always loved getting into the garden and planting on Mother's Day. Now, it's a little bit rushed this year because we're getting on a plane tomorrow morning. However, still, it's a beautiful day. Sun is shining, and let me show you the tomato plants that I've planted. Plus, I like to do, I mentioned it yesterday, the groupings of plants around it. So I'm going to put seeds in with the tomatoes. So I'll show you what I'm putting in with my tomato plants here in the barrels. And then I'll show you the tomato plants in the other part of the garden. All right, let's do it. So I like to do these in the barrel, and I put 2, there's one I have 3 of them in, but I put 2 in here. And I just got these new trellises. I really like them a lot. I got them off of Amazon. I could put the link in our description, but I like how wide they are, that I can get 2 tomato plants in here, and they look kind of pretty, don't you think? So at the bottom of each one, again, to do more of groupings of plantings, I am going to put these nasturtiums in here. I figured they're Cherokee purples. Some purple nasturtiums would be lovely. So that's happening there. I've got in this bed, what do I have? These are chocolate cherry. And so what I'm going to put is Mexican tarragon. Right, again, I've got a dripper right here at the very beginning, so they'll just, and that's what I love when the nasturtium are hanging off. So I will put nasturtium and the tarragon together. I will also do that in this one. So let me, because I just have, I'm going to split up these packets, but yeah, so then I'm going to do lemon basil. There is red pride and musk Mossvich, which are my favorites that I've got going in this one. And I actually put 3 in here again because it's just a wider one. And then finally in this one, I have, I'm going to do basil, this cardinal basil, and then I've got the Cherokee purple in here again as well. So those are the tomato plants that will be happening over in the barrels. And then let me show you these slips. So I don't know if you've ever done sweet potato slips, but it's something we go through a lot of sweet potatoes around here. Now I actually purchased these online, but then I found out how easy it is to make them, because I think I paid like 22 bucks for this group of slips, and I realized that you could just put a sweet potato in the ground and it will grow slips out of the top of it. So next year, this time, we go and we learn, but they grow little roots on the end of them. Let me get it focused there for you. And what I understand is you just want to put them in very shallow, similar to that, and away they will go. Put them about 12 inches apart. I might put them a little closer because that's what I do. And I don't have, this is my raised bed here. And I have sweet peas growing back there, my flower of choice, to get the pollination going. So that is happening there. And then as I move around, everything is just really, the one little Mexican sunflower that I was concerned about seems to be doing just great. So those are good. And then here's the tomatoes that we planted yesterday. Now they will be getting more sun as in June, there will be more sun on this bed because right now it's about noon, and we want to get at least 8 hours on these guys. So yeah, there is that. And then taking you over to what I was going to share with you, the final share of the day. Here's my sweet peppers. Well, they're not sweet peppers. They're sweet to me, but my peppers that I planted yesterday, all doing great. But this is my lavender bed, and kind of appropriate that I am planting this on Mother's Day. I couldn't resist. I got this at the grocery store the other day. It was out front, this lavender tree. So, and my lavender plant that was in the middle of this died off. And so I really wanted to, I couldn't resist it. I just couldn't. I don't know about you if you ever have that. But this bed is really pretty dedicated to my mom, who loved purple. She loved purple. And so everything I put in here, I'm still waiting for some of the lavender to come up, and I'll clean up this bed and I'll snap my fingers and it will be done. Just like that, the final planting of the day. This is the mother's bed, as I like to think of it, in honor of my mom. And if you think of it as you plant your garden, it's pretty cool to have something that's special to someone. And my mother loved purple. It was her color. And so this lavender bed is dedicated to her. And as you plant this year, we've got lots of months ahead of us, which I love this time of year because of that. Just remember to plant often, and always, always, my friend, to do it with love. Thanks for growing with us, and we will see you next time. And in the meantime, be sure to like, comment, let us know what really resonated for you in this video, and then of course be sure to subscribe at no cost to you and be updated when we have new videos up to play.